so we're going to run through a very quick warm-up drill that you can do very quickly in terms of time, even if it's just to do in the morning as well as in the evening. So we're going to start from the ground up. We're going to start from the ankles. So what you can do is ankle rocks, circles, 10 one way, 10 the other way. If you need to hold on to something, please do so. Forward and back. Okay, and then we're going to move into the knees. And again, circles one way, circles the other way for 10. Now, you can also double knee once you've done both your ankles for 10. Hoping you've already rolled the bottom of your feet a little bit, so you're going to get a little bit more better grounding. Now we've done our knees, we're going to go into our hips. So just going to do a few rolls. Again, each time you do it, try and get a little bit wider. Have a little bit of fun. Try and loosen up. All right, we then move it in, up. Now we're going to do our shoulders first. So big circles. So again, doing both directions. Try and keep yourself nice and tall. So don't sort of hunch over if you are, and don't swing around the hips. Try and keep your knees soft. Hold your core a little bit as you move your arms. And then give yourself some bear hugs. So changing arms. Okay, moving through. Elbows. 10 circles one way, 10 the other way. Wrists. 10 circles one way, 10 circles the other way. Hoping that I've done both directions. All right, from there, what we're going to do is we're going to do our neck. We're just going to gently turn side to side. We're going to do gentle ear to shoulder. Think nice and long as you're doing it. If there's any discomfort or pain, more so pain, get it checked out. We don't want to be pushing through pain, but if it's a little bit stiff, a little bit stuck, just gently work through it. You should find that as you get through the reps, it should change, okay? Now, chin tucks, gently. So your little bit of a tuck and extend. So again, 10 reps for all those guys. Once you're done, you can go through a nice circular movement for 10. Again, focus on breathing as you're working through it. It's actually quite nice once you start tending movement. Now we're going to go through the spine, so I'm going to stand sideways. So tuck your chin in, roll through, abs on, just take your time, rolling through, hang out at the bottom for a few breaths, and then unroll slowly. Breathe in, breathe out. So 5 to 10 of those, depending on your time. Now, I also quite enjoy the downward dog, which I think is quite effective. So coming down to the plank. From there, just shifting back. So trying to push through the hands. Drive your chest towards your thighs. And then as you push your butt back and up into the air, try and drop your heels. So don't be up on your toes. Try and actually straighten up your knees if you can, and drive the heels to the ground. If you're a little bit unstable or inflexible in terms of hamstrings and calves, you may need to bend your knees, and that's okay. Start with as much as you can. Now, if you are quite stuck in the upper part of the body, you can vary that downward dog into a bent knee downward dog, which will focus on the upper body. So from this position here, what you want to do is, as you drive back, bend the knee, and here we're focusing on our upper body a little bit more. Now make sure that you're breathing as you go through, so make sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath, and make sure the floor is not slippery. So that's your downward dog. Now, for some of you guys who are quite tight through the front line, you can go through your downward dog, then you might come down and come up. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. So just pulling your shoulders back, and then if you need to, pull back and do a child's pose, which is a nice recovery. From there, flowing down towards the hips, we love to do the Spiderman. So the Spiderman, from there, we go into a side lunge. Okay, which actually comes very close to what we call a cross-leg squat, that position there. So side lunge, stay low if you can, open up the knees, open up the groins to the other side. So you can keep yourself nice and upright. Some of you might find balance is an issue. If you need to grab onto something, do so. You want to try and keep your heels down. That is actually probably more important. And then from there, just turning across. Again, in this position here, you're looking at stretching out the hips. If your groins are tight, you can gently rock the opposite knee. Turn both your toes forward. Going back to your side lunge. Stay low. Side lunge. And then back into your Spiderman on this side. Now that would make one set. I would go through 5 sets of those. Okay? Now one of the other common issues that people tend to have is probably their wrists. I would highly recommend that if you get a chance, get a little bit of distraction in. So whether it's just a pull or popping your hands between your knees, locking your hands in and just gently rocking back and forth. Now once you've got that little bit of distraction in the joint, you're not going to be jammed up, so we can now look at stretching. So from there, I would probably bring myself down to this position here. If you can, keep your arms straight. If you can't, that's fine. Now pop the back of your hand onto the ground and then gently rock back. If you're quite flexible, you can do this by actually moving forward. So from here, side view, just gently rocking back and forth. I will do 10 reps on that position, 10 reps in this position, okay, 10 reps in that position there. And then the really, really nice one that I like to include into the routine is pop your hands on the ground, bend your elbows, roll your hands into a fist, pop your other hand on top of the hand to lock the fist in, and then from there try and extend the elbow and your wrist. So in this position here, come to the side view on this side. So the elbow, wrist, and the shoulders maintain in the same position. 10 reps with the 10-second hold, both sides, okay? And then we can always work on improving your strength. So those are the basic mobility, and I've just done this one for a short time and I've done that. I can feel the difference straight away. So again, we start from bottom up, rolling through, and then if there's anything else that you're unsure, let me know. Hopefully this short warm-up drill will be sufficient just to get your body moving well.